Welcome back to Teaching with Tenia. I was parked and now I'm driving, so I can't look at you guys. But today is my first day of summer school. I'm super excited. I'll be teaching my first day of summer school today. So I'm gonna try to take you guys along the journey to see how today goes. I hope you all had a great 4th of July weekend. I definitely had a great time celebrating with my family, friends, and loved ones. It was so much fun. Or Juneteenth, whatever you like to celebrate. Juneteenth part 2. But just had a great time with the people I care about the most, so that was pretty exciting. And depends on how productive I am, but if I may include some clips in here as well. I'm at a light circle, get you guys. I may include some clips in here as well from just the 4th of July and the weekend. It was just so much fun. Now it's a new week. We have to be productive and start the week off right. So I can't wait to take you guys along with me. I'm really looking forward to this day to see my kindergartners for the first time. Oh, I'm so excited. I'll see you guys in my classroom. A few days later, I've been trying to record this video, but the first day was absolutely chaotic. I forgot how, as a teacher, how chaotic the first day usually is, with the students trying to figure out where they're trying to go, and then you trying to figure out as a teacher who's near class, who's not near class. It was just very chaotic to say the least. But now that the days have gone on and we're further into the week, things are getting a lot smoother with the routines and procedures. Just if you haven't watched my other video, I announced that I am teaching kindergartners, but basically pre-K students going into kindergarten. So basically we're starting back from ground zero. How to walk in line, how to even do school, what is school, and why do we come here like starting from that type of scratch. We're starting from scratch, and it's been very interesting because I originally like working with older students like 3rd and 4th grade. I'll be teaching 3rd grade in the fall, but however, this is a really good opportunity for me to get my energy up, because with these students, you have to be on your A game with high energy and make them buy into what they're learning, because if not, they will get distracted. And I have learned that in my first week. First day, I did get to know you games. We went over what some things we'll be learning about, and of course, some things that they like. We played games, we took a tour of the class. So overall, it was a pretty good day. Now that students know their teacher and we're in a routine and they know their classmates, I was able to teach a few content things. Like for literacy, I taught them the letter T and the letter M in our curriculum guide. And starting from scratch, I didn't realize how much I'd be starting from scratch. But at the end of the day, like, these students need to know their letters. We played games that allowed them to understand that and this is the M sound and is the T sound. So going back to letter formation, and not only how to say those letters, but to see those letters and some things that have those letters, like mom, mud, or for T, top, tiger, things like that, the T sound. I realized I had to enunciate my words and my sounds a lot more in this grade level. This past week, we also talked about the class rules. We actually sat down and made some rules together about what we want our space to look like, sound like, how we want each other to feel in our space. So For example, we don't want to be talking over each other, and we did a lot of I can statements, which were really fun. Like, I can listen and say my name. For rules, I try to make them more positive so that it's like, don't run in the classroom, don't talk while others talking. Like, instead, how can we make this a positive thing? And I have found that when you tell children not to do something, like even for me, it made me want to do it even more. But instead, tell them what they can do. They can wait their turn, they can walk quietly in line, or whatever the expectation is. Even though they are little ones, it is important to hold them to the high expectation, because eventually they're gonna have to get there. So allowing a lot of grace now, but a lot of constant reminders and reinforcement. I also incorporated class pets, and the kids absolutely love them. I can probably put a picture here across the screen. Class pets are like an incentive for students, so like if they are doing something nice or like following the rules without me having to tell them to do so, they will earn a class pet, and they get to pick which one. Is so many in a pack from Amazon. They're like so cute, and the students love them. So I integrated that as well. Overall, this first week, the students were great. The only challenge that I did have was like lesson planning, because I had planned for the whole week, but the program that I'm in and the school that I'm in, they had different curriculums and what they wanted me to teach that day. So imagine me walking in Tuesday morning and getting told you're teaching something completely different. I was shocked, to say the least. But of course, like if you have kids walking down the hallway, you just have to get with the program. So the name of the game in teaching is flexibility. I'm gonna put that big across the screen. Flexibility. You have to be flexible, because you never know what you're gonna run into as a teacher. So overall, the day went very well, and all I can say is kudos to kindergarten teachers, because I never thought I would be in this grade, and now that I'm here, like, I love it. It's just, I have to get used to it. I'm taking you guys along that journey as I navigate summer school and kindergarten, basically. The highlight of my week was being observed, because they have to come observe us the first week. If you're a teacher, you know how observations can be very nerve-wracking. If you're a teacher, you know how observations can be, and I had it, but I don't know where I put it. I think it's in my teaching bag, but I got a really good observation today. I don't know what observations are. That's like an administrator or a coach. In my case, it was my content specialist came in and observed me. My coach basically came in to see how I was building positive relationships with my students, and she left before I finished my lesson, so she wrote me a note, and it was so heartwarming, because it was something like, I had really good classroom management, and how I was calm but stern with my kids, especially setting high expectations for the little ones. And it's hard because like they can't really communicate with you, and you don't know if what you're doing actually sticks. But to have another teacher, like adult in the classroom, say that I'm doing pretty well, it made my heart happy for sure. So that was like the highlight of my week. And so going into next week, I do want to continue to work on my student-centered directions. Like as a teacher, you're constantly growing. So especially with summer school and me teaching kindergarten for the first time, I definitely want to continue getting better at my craft and working on the art and science behind teaching, because yeah, you can go up there and teach all day, but I want to be an effective teacher and the best teacher I can be. So next week, I want to work on like student-centered directions. As a kindergarten teacher, I'm learning that you have to break things down step by step and give students explicit directions on exactly what you want them to do, and how I want to engage unengaged learners and make them want to be there instead of like constantly redirecting somebody. How can I make my lesson so engaging that you don't want to goof off in my class, you know? So yeah, I'll let you guys know how I do next week and keep you guys updated. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't checked out my other videos, I'll put them across the screen here. And if you have any questions down below for me, I would love to answer them. I'll be doing a Q&A in the next video, hopefully. So go ahead and drop your questions down below or put it in the question box on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.